The Rennala fight can be very difficult if you're not prepared, and is probably one of the more difficult fights in the game, particularly early on, if you're not sure what to do and if you're not set up properly. In Phase 1, the strategy is really simple. You want to find the student with a sort of glowing aura around them, hit them one time, move to the next one, hit them one time, move to the next one, hit them one time. Look out for the books flying at you if you're not sure where one of them is. This is a good tell where they are. And you can also hear the singing if you have like a headset or something that has surround, so you can sort of see the direction. The strategy here is that you don't want to kill anything more than you have, because basically it picks a person randomly, one of these students randomly, to get that aura, and if you kill them all, then it'll start putting them like in the corners or on the very sides and edges of the room, and you have to go chase it down, possibly getting hit by a lot of things in the process. So just hit it once, break that aura, and as soon as you've done that 3 times, get prepared for Rennala to drop. And you want to get at least half of her health, and so you only have to do this 2 times. Go as hard as you can, buff your weapon right before she drops. You usually have about 5 seconds. And go as hard as you can and try and get half that health. All you got to do is get half and then repeat this process and get half again. If you're too slow doing this, after you get a certain amount of her health off, she'll start casting spells at you from the middle of the room. So you want to do it quickly as possible so that you don't have to deal with that. In the second phase, things get a little bit hairy and it can be really, really difficult. What I recommend doing is summoning the Wolf Spirit Ashes. The reason for this is because she staggers basically off any hit, and between the 3 wolves and yourself, you can just keep her chain staggered a lot of the time if you can get up on her. And just try and position yourself so that the wolves are on one side and you're on the other, and you just keep spamming away. Don't worry about taking damage. Don't worry about her hitting you at all. Just keep spamming until your stamina is exhausted. Let some regenerate. Keep attacking, and keep chasing her down and dodging her spells. Being really, really aggressive is the best strategy here, and it might take you a few tries because you're being so aggressive, but it is much better than the alternative. What can make this second part so difficult is that she can fire spells off at you like multiple at a time, where you're trying to dodge one and you get hit by another one. You need to pay very close attention, particularly if you're using spirit summons or if you're co-oping, who she has aggro on, so that you're not the one getting targeted by a spell when you don't think that you are, and you just get one-shotted from the side of the screen. A couple other tips. If you're playing a mage, this can be extremely difficult because she's magic resistant, so using magic or magic damage is not advised. And if you have a melee weapon upgraded, if you're playing some sort of spellblade, or if you don't, you should probably upgrade a melee weapon. And what you want to do is you want to put Bloody Slash on that. You can get Bloody Slash on that from Eastern Limgrave from Fort Height. Go pick that up, slot it onto your weapon, upgrade that thing to like +6, and just spam it. Two-hand it and just spam R1. That is the best strategy if you're a mage. It's a really good strategy even if you're not a mage. She's really, really susceptible to bleed. Holy also seems to work well on her. So if you have holy damage, that's fantastic. But if you're playing a mage, you're going to have to kind of go out of your comfort zone and do something a little bit different to get through this fight. Also, make sure in Phase 2 that when you summon your Spirit Ashes, you dodge the beam that comes at you first. Don't just get into Phase 2, summon your Spirit Ashes, get hit in the face, die, and that's the end of the fight. Wait for her beam, dodge it, and then summon your Spirit Ashes. Also, one last tip is it's really good to just stock fully up on HP flasks for this fight. You don't really need mana at all. You don't really need magic unless you have some sort of weapon art that takes a ton of FP that is really, really damaging. You can just stack health flasks, that way you can survive. And this really helps if you're co-oping as well, because if you're a cooperator and you get summoned, you're going to have half your health flasks. So if you had like 6 or something, that'll give you 3. 3 is better than 2. So stack health flasks.